Welcome to the Shark Tank, where entrepreneurs seek an investment to start, grow, or save their business.
Our cakes are the future of the wedding cake.
How clever that is.
If the Sharks hear a great idea...
When you walked in here, I thought cha-ching, a-ling-a-ding-dong.
I think you're onto something. You'll pay for your college if this works.
They'll invest their own money.
You took a dog off a meat wagon, I'm telling you.
And fight each other for a deal.
I'll give you the $35K. I want to be a 50-50 partner.
I don't invest in rich kids' businesses.
Don't screw it up.
But the entrepreneurs must get the full amount they're asking for, or they'll walk away with nothing.
I'm so close to getting over the hill.
You know what? That's a bunch of crap. You're not even a pimple on a teenager. You're nothing.
Who are the Sharks? They're self-made business experts worth billions. Kevin O'Leary is a shrewd venture capitalist who made his fortune selling a children's educational company for over $4 billion. Barbara Corcoran went from waiting tables in Manhattan to building the city's premier $2 billion real estate empire. Robert Herjavec, son of an immigrant factory worker, founded one of the world's preeminent cybersecurity firms. Lori Grenier, the queen of QVC, holds over 100 patents and has launched over 400 products, grossing over $500 million in sales. And Mark Cuban, renowned billionaire tech mogul and the outspoken owner of the Dallas Mavericks. First into the tank are mother and son entrepreneurs with a new twist on a wedding tradition.
Hi, my name is Kimberly Aya.
And I'm her son, Cora, and we're from Grand Rapids, Michigan, and our company is Fun Cakes.
We're here today asking for $285,000 in exchange for 25% equity in our company. We believe that every bride deserves to have a gorgeous cake at her wedding. But those sky-high tiers, intricate designs, sugar flowers, they all come at a steep cost. Price of weddings has gotten out of hand, especially in today's economy. So brides on a budget, they come to us because we deliver it all, but only at a slice of the price.
But on top of that, we have a new and unique cake. It has 0 calories, it is gluten-free, sugar-free, lactose-free, and it has a shelf life of 7+ years.
So you may ask, how is that possible?
Well, our cakes are made of foam, and they're rentals.
Our cakes are covered in real fondant and gum paste, exactly the same as a real cake. The only thing different is the inside is foam. Each cake has a secret compartment in the back where real cake can be placed. This way the bride and groom can still cut the cake, feed each other, get all their photos, then the cake is wheeled to the back, and sheet cakes are served to their guests. No one is the wiser.
How clever that is.
We see this as the future of the wedding cake. We hope to keep the tradition of the wedding cake alive, but at a price couples can afford.
So, Sharks, who wants to join the fun with Fun Cakes? Our cakes may be fake, but our money is real.
The idea is brilliant.
Thank you.
One, are there other people doing it?
No.
Nobody else.
There are a few people who have copied us, but nobody ships. We ship our cakes worldwide.
And they ship them back to you
Do you ship a
after?
cake that big, or does somebody have to assemble it?
You open up the box and it's ready to go.
There's one edible section of the
3
back.
Twinkies and a can of frosting is all they need to fill that.
3 Twinkies?
So how long have you been doing this?
We've been in business 7 years. We've had over $5 million in publicity with our company.
So the magic question, what are your sales?
This year we've done $150,000 in sales.
That's it?
We did a gross profit of 76.
$150,000 in sales after 7 years? We just learned something here. After 7 years, it's clear to me that people don't want a fake cake at their wedding.
But it's the exact
After
opposite.
7 years, what we have built is an idea and a brand.
You haven't built anything. In the wedding industry, you're not even a pimple on a teenager. You're nothing.
For right now.
And the big thing has been,
You're 7 years in.
I mean,
Right.
when we got on the Today Show, it was more about, look at these crazy people, they have this obscene idea to rent cakes.
Who cares? You keep going back to the publicity. You seem very proud of that.
So I'm just explaining that we've had
But you
that.
seem very proud of
And
it.
it's turned into
Well, of course
nothing,
I
but that's the
am.
problem.
Believe me, we wouldn't come in front of you with such a fabulous idea and only 150
Okay, Kimberly, let me
sales
ask
and
the question.
expenses.
Go ahead,
That.
finish.
is
What's
it?
the
We're
change?
Finish!
So we have a set of 200 grocery stores in Chicago that are signing up with us.
Which one?
Jewel Osco. And so they're going to be carrying our cakes. They're going to sell them and match them with their sheet cakes. So a bride can now come in, get a 3-tiered fake cake and 2 sheet cakes for about $200. She's set to go.
Cora, we never even asked how much they are converted to a real cake.
What's the average rental?
Say the brooch one. That's a 3-tiered cake.
How much is that to rent? 150 would be the overall rental.
What would that cake cost if it was real?
That would have been $1,200 to make that real thing.
How long does the wedding party get to keep it before they have to send it back?
Good question.
They ship it back on Monday after the wedding.
Your turnaround is less than a week?
Yep.
Okay. And so how many different cakes do you have in inventory?
About 150. Out of the 150, how many make up the bulk of the revenue?
Probably half. But what you have to look at is the grocery stores.
Staying on the numbers for a minute, you're telling me if I give you $285,000, I get 25%. That's a $1.1 million value for a fake foam cake.
Yes, sir.
That is the norm in Japan.
You know, most small businesses get sold based on their earnings. Most small businesses don't get sold times revenue.
Especially not 7 years in.
You're not an IP company. You don't own any intellectual property. What are your earnings? On $150,000, what did you make last year?
76 was our gross profit. We paid ourselves a net income of 17.
So you made $17,000 on $150,000.
Yes.
Yep.
Let me just say this. First of all, fake and cake should not go together. For me, I want real cake. The other thing is,
You are having
at a
real cake
wedding,
and
I don't
cheesecake.
want my something borrowed to be my cake. For that reason, I'm out.
Guys, I think it's a brilliant product. You guys have 150 cakes in inventory. That means you have the potential every weekend to make $22,000, 50 weeks a year, $1 million a year minimum, and you guys did 10% of that at most. You guys are not grinders. You guys aren't out there making this everything that consumes you. I'm out. Now that I understand your revenue, let me make an observation. People that are getting married, hoping to stay in love for an extended period of time, don't want a fake cake. What this does is actually causes divorce. That's what I think. Well, I think when you tell your bride or vice versa, honey, this cake is fake, just like our love. And that's why this isn't working. That's why people are not renting these fake cakes, because you are against love, not just money. And so for the sake of all of the marriages coming up, I'm out with extreme prejudice.
Look, here's the first thing you guys need to do if you're going to stay in business. You need somebody on your team who knows numbers. Your grasp of the financial part of the business is really loose. And if you don't know your numbers, you're just on your way to bankruptcy and you just don't know it. I'm out.
Is
So,
anybody
Barbara, that only leaves you?
I happen to think your idea is extremely clever and needed, by the way.
Thank
I
you.
was shocked to hear the cost
Definitely.
of a wedding cake. And I was about to leave my second husband and be remarried, but I'm not going to do it because the cakes are too expensive. But there's two parts to every business. It's the business and the entrepreneur. I think it's a clever idea. That being said, I can't believe the two of you worked last year for $17,000 combined. What are you, nuts?
I
Why
think
would
that
you
we
do that?
see the future in it, and because
After
we had
7
gone
years,
to two...
You're finally seeing the
$17,000.
future after 7 years.
That doesn't say to me I've got entrepreneurs that are hungry to run. I don't trust you that you're going to make it to the finish line.
Just to show that we're willing to change, we're willing to learn.
I'm done. I'm out. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Not a
Good luck.
business, it's a hobby.
It's been 7 years. We're used to people not getting it, but once they get it, they love it.
A whole bunch of people can put you down, but as an entrepreneur, you got to keep pushing back up and keep going.
Honey, I love you. Here's the little secret door with the Twinkie. Look, any way you slice it, the problem wasn't the business, it was the entrepreneurs. Oh, I think the business sucks too.
I'm Noah, and this is my dad, Brian.
And we're from Highland, Utah. Don't fall in. Whoa! Noah has been my activity buddy since he was probably 2 years old, and now we do everything together.
We should put one more mattress out here. When I was little, I used to love playing with all sorts of different toys. The best ones are the ones I made myself. When you think outside the box, anything is possible.
This castle is going to be mine!
Only 200 more.
That's it. We're going to sell more than that. When Noah was born, I was getting my MBA, but having a young kid, I felt like I had to take the secure path. Now that Noah's older, it seemed like a good time to start a business together, and we both can enjoy it.
I'm a 13-year-old kid, and it's hard to walk into a store and ask someone to sell my product. With a shark by my side, people will instantly want to hear about this product.
I've taken Noah as far as I can. What we need is an investment from the shark that can show him what to do to get his business to the next level.
Hey Sharks, my name is Noah, and I'm the CEO of Paperbox Pilots.
And I'm Brian, and this is Milo. He's our CFO. Yes, Mr. Wonderful, that's Chief Fun Officer.
We are seeking $35,000 for a 25% stake in our company.
As a dad, I'm always looking for ways to spend more time with my boys. And what better way than building a business together? All kids love to play in cardboard boxes. As parents, you've probably experienced that time where you bought a toy for your kid only to have it left behind for the box that it came in.
Always. When I was little, my dad and I used to build the coolest box airplanes. At 5 years old, I felt like I was a real pilot. Since we enjoyed this activity so much, we knew other kids would love to do it too. So last summer, my little brother Milo and I started to design our product together. Paper Box Pilots sells sticker kits that turn a plain old box into amazing looking vehicles. Our sticker kits provide hours of creative play that kids need and moms love.
Noah's brought in some samples of his product so he could share it with you and try sticking the stickers for yourself.
You're selling the box and the stickers?
We actually only sell the sticker kits.
So I understand, you are not selling the boxes. I couldn't go to a website and for my son Jake, get like a pre-configured, pre-folded, pre-everything.
That's actually our differentiator. So there are other competitors that do try to sell the pre-folded boxes, and that's not us.
What's nice, though, is you have a diagram.
Yeah, the diagram is very important in every kit so they can make this with whatever they got. Robert, we got a special treat for you if you want to try it out.
I do want to try it out.
Okay. So we know you like racing.
Oh, that is cool.
Adorable.
Milo would love to have a friend up here.
I can't buy the whole kit, huh?
We don't sell the kits, but that's actually our differentiator.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and it brings out that creativity. Hey, we're going to invite you to go back to find Mom now. Thanks, bud.
Bye, Milo.
Bye.
See you, Milo.
It's flying out.
How hard is it to take a normal box and make it like the race car?
As Lori pointed out, the instructions are there to do a very simple box. I know these are painted, but we prefer that the kids just have the fun playing in the box. That's what makes us different.
Did you investigate the model where you actually created a pre-cut box? Because it still makes it a lot easier for me as a consumer. As a dad, it's much more work.
But that's what nice dads do with children. That's what they do.
You know what smart dads do? Smart dads don't set a high expectation that they can't fulfill, right? After seeing this, there's no chance I'm going to be able to do that for my son Jake. He's going to look at what I do, and he's going to look at that.
Did you look at doing that? Did you look?
That's a challenge.
If I buy this sticker kit, what am I going to pay? If I buy a competitor that includes the box, what am I going to pay?
Well, you can buy that for $7.99, and with a competitor that has the box all cut out for you, it's 4 to 6 times more expensive.
The very first retail store we went into was a local toy store, independent toy store. They sell those types of kits. When we put our product out there, we easily sold 30 or 40 to 1 of what they sold.
What are your total sales over what period of time?
Well, we started this company 8 months ago, and we've made around $7,500 now.
What does it cost you to make?
94 cents for the completed kit. We wholesale for $3.75.
Got it.
Where are you selling right now?
We're selling in 23 retail accounts, mostly independent toy stores, and we're also selling into a boutique, a hardware store, and a box
Are you selling
store.
this online?
Yeah, this is actually how we started.
And what percentage of your sales are still online?
Well, we do about a third equally. So we have a third online sales, a third go into our wholesale retail accounts, and our other third we did through deal sites where we were testing the market.
How much of the business have you actually done versus just your dad?
I'm involved in every sale that we do.
We've gone to all the vendors together. He chose the paper. He's been to the printers. That's
What a great
sort of why our
education.
sales are so small is I have him do the sales, and he's been awesome.
So you're the real businessman and he's just taking all the credit here?
I'm definitely behind it. I mean, that kind of goes into the story of why we did this. Right? When Noah was born, I was getting my MBA. I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur. But when I brought home that little guy, it's a feeling of responsibility that you have to be careful. And I never got the chance to take that risk.
So you're really also living your old dream through him.
Yeah, I don't want to teach him that there's only one path in life, that you have to follow this corporate ladder. And I've always wanted to have the opportunity to own my own business and show him that.
Are you adverse in offering a version that includes the box? Because there is some segment of the market that falls into my category.
Lazy.
That says, exactly, I'm lazy, I want a solution, I'm willing to pay more. Because I see it, I love it, it's simple, it falls into this trend of anti-electronics toys.
Exactly.
All right, listen, here's what I'll do. I like the story. I'll give you the $35K. I want to be a 50-50 partner with one condition. You have to make the box available for me to buy online. You do not have to put it through retail. You can start with that, and Noah, I got the bad news for you. You've got to drop out of school. You got to be full-time, buddy. That's how you run a
What grade are you in,
business.
Noah?
I'm in 8th grade.
So what? You missed a few grades. Not a problem.
Well, thank you so much for your offer, Kevin. We're super grateful for you to give us this chance and see this future, and we were just wondering if there's any other offers on the table.
Guys, congratulations. I think you're setting an example for a lot of people that a parent and a child can bond over creating a company. I just don't know if I can add a lot of value in the toy business. Kevin's got a lot more experience. I think he made you a very fair offer that I couldn't match. So for those reasons, I'm out.
Thanks.
Thank you. Appreciate your honesty.
You know, I love what you've done.
Thanks.
I like the logo. I love the simplicity of it. But I feel that it's not really something scalable, so I'm out.
We appreciate the advice.
But thank you. Call me in several years. I'd love to have you intern for me. Thank you.
There you go.
Great.
Cool.
Barbara?
Hard one.
Robert?
I gotta tell you, before my son was born, I was a lot like Kevin. I had no hair, I had a cold heart, I just wanted to make a buck. And then my son was born, and it gave me purpose. I mean, I still want to make a buck, don't get me wrong, but I wanted to build something great. I think you're onto something, but I think you've got to package it just slightly differently. If you can sell a complete package, you're going to sell a ton of these. Like a ton of these.
So are you willing to increase over Kevin's offer so that we can do the...
I'm not sure you want to have Kevin as an investor in a business that appeals to children.
I would agree with that one.
Kevin
The
scares
reason that's
children.
incorrect is I made all my money in a business that appeals to children. My largest
But they never
deal
met Kevin.
was for $4 billion to Mattel. So I know your industry pretty well. You need relationships with toy companies' distribution. Got that checked. You need commercial printing. I'm an investor in a commercial printer right now. You'll pay for your college if this works, Noah.
Brian, no.
Well, you're
Kevin's
making an
ideas,
offer, or what are you
Kevin's
doing?
ideas are wonderful, but we're
Let's
a few
go,
years away
Robert.
from that.
We don't know
I love
all
I'm
this.
going to make the same offer. I'm going to make the same offer as Kevin. I'll give you the $35,000 for 50%.
Here's my thinking. You remind me, of course, of Ryan from Ryan's Barkery, and his business is flying. I'm going to make you a $35,000 offer for 35%. Only because the numbers match. Sounds cool.
Sounds cool.
Two contingencies of this. One, if you want to take my deal and you'd be out of your mind to pass this. Please. You got to make this thing girl-friendly. You got 2 boys on the cover. The pilot's a male. Okay? So you have to just do a redo so you can offer online a girl and a boys version. And you have to use an option on that. Option for a box. So on those 2 contingencies, the offer is $35,000 for 35%.
She's offered you $35,000 for 35%. I was at 50%, so I'll up my offer to $50,000 for 50%. Just so the math is the same. And Brian, it sounds cool. And I'm the fun shark. This is a fun toy.
I'm staying exactly where I started all this because I add the most value. No one else here has sold anything to a toy company for $4 billion, so I'm going to just leave that out there for you to think about. Now you have to make a decision, Noah. What are you going to do?
Two sharks are out. Noah and his dad, Brian, have 3 offers on the table for their sticker company, Paperbox Pilots. Barbara's offer is $35,000 for 35%. Kevin's is $35,000 for 50%. And Robert's is $50,000 for 50%.
Now you have to make a decision, Noah. What are you going to do? Believe me, life could be worse. Very few people that come in the Shark Tank at any age get 3 offers like this.
Yeah.
What do you think? Or do you have any counters?
So we'd be crazy not to try to steal little information or knowledge from you. You've all talked about the boxes. One of the things that's challenging for us...
Let me suggest you should be careful. You have 3 rock-solid offers on the table. You don't want to move away from the close. You want to move toward it.
So all I can say, you're the CEO. The decision's ultimately yours.
It's a tough one, but what a wonderful problem.
Yeah. Don't screw it up.
Well, these are all really good options. So,
Who do you think would be the best mentor?
well, I think these are all really good offers. You guys all bring a lot to the table for me. I'd like to say that, Mr. Wonderful, Kevin, would you like to do an offer with us?
What?
Congratulations,
He
Noah.
looks up to him, obviously.
This is going to be a wild ride, I can tell you that. It's great.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Take care.
Appreciate your time.
All right.
Why'd you pick Kevin? You got to tell me.
I mean, seriously, because his was the worst offer in
Amazing.
terms of equity,
And
in
the
terms of
worst
cash.
guy.
Well, it's really, Kevin has a ton of background in the toy industry. He's got all the background that we need for this company.
Very thoughtful.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you guys so much.
Good luck. We're going to need it.
You okay?
Yeah.
You did good. That's what we came to do.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work. You know, I wanted to show him that if you take risks, you know, big things will happen. I didn't take that risk, and I've always regretted it. He did it, right? He's overcome that fear.
Last season, Brian Hooks and his daughters Emma and Lily struck a deal with Lori Grenier for their homemade screen repair product, Screen Men.
I'm going to make you an offer. I would want 50% of the company. We accept your offer.
Let's see how Screen Men is doing now.
Watch this. Lori isn't kidding when she says she moves at lightning speed. Within 2 months of working with her, we were doing shows on QVC. So here's the package. You're getting 2 in each. Working on QVC was one of the coolest things I've ever done. Within just 10 minutes on QVC, we sold out of all 32,000 units. I'm so excited.
Girls, how we doing?
Got a lot of lyrics to go. Before we came on Shark Tank, we'd only done about $4,000 in sales. Since airing on Shark Tank 8 months ago, we've done over $900,000 in sales. We desperately need to get out of the garage if we're going to keep up with the demand.
We're hoping to make the big move as soon as possible.
Hi, guys. Lori. I came out to Long Island today to bring Brian and the girls some big news about Screen Men. New packaging. They look fantastic. We're going to be in Bed Bath & Beyond, Lowe's, Ace, and Home Depot.
Oh, that's awesome.
I think Screen Men is going to be a wild success. We're getting into so many wonderful places. It's exciting for the whole team. One last surprise. Yeah. I'm finally going to get you out of here because within weeks, we're going to have a new facility. So goodbye, garage.
Thank goodness.
Lori's taught us that if we believe in our business, anything is possible.
I hope to be a shark. I think it's so cool, and I want to be just like Lori.
You are a shark's dream.
As our business has grown, my relationship with my daughters has also grown. It's such a thrill to be able to work with my 2 girls. This is something we'll cherish forever. It's an American dream come true.
Next up is a solution to a common problem encountered while dining out.
Hello, Sharks. My name is Steve Christian, proudly from Houston, Texas. I'm asking for $100,000 for 25% of my business, the Table Jacks. I've been in the restaurant industry for 18 years, and I hate the same things that my customers do. Wobbly tables.
It's an outrage.
Number 1 complaint in the restaurants. Normally we'd get down and put products underneath the table so that we could stable them out. What I've invented is the longest lasting, most cost-efficient, durable stabilizer ever made. The Table Jack. With the press of the foot, now the wait staff, watch closely, it works fast. With the press of the foot, the waitress can drop the table down and stabilize the table, serve the customers instead of looking for something to fix the furniture.
Well done.
And here's how it works. By using 3 stationary glides that come in the kit and 1 table jack, we can stabilize the table no matter which way it wobbles, left to right, front to back, or simply with the press of the foot. You know, Sharks, we've been getting inquiries from all over North America, United Kingdom, Japan, Guam, not sure exactly where that is. If you like, I've got some here I can pass out to you.
Please.
Sure. You're welcome to open the packages up.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lori.
This is one of the mysteries of life.
Right.
There's where's the other sock, and why do tables wobble? So explain to us what's going on with the floor and how that causes it to wobble.
Well, there is no perfect level concrete. If you look at this wood right here, when this wood starts settling in, it's going to have the humps in it. That's what drove me in. Me walking into my restaurants and seeing this stuff is what drove me in 8 years ago to start designing the table jacks.
What are your sales, Steve?
Well, our sales right now, within the 2-year period of time of business, we're nearing $200,000 in sales.
But you started 8 years ago.
No, I started working on it 8 years ago. Okay, now let me tell you the reason about that. Again, I own 3 restaurants. I'm doing this by myself. 6 months ago, I sold 2 of my restaurants
Your own
for
restaurant.
a profit, and when I put them on the market, everybody was, why are you selling it? It's a positive cash flow business that I put from the ground up with 94 employees.
So why did you sell them?
I sold them because I see more value than in here.
Let me ask you a question. I see the opportunity, I see the value, better mousetrap on table legs, got it, all
Yes,
that. 2 options here. One is I retrofit the whole world of tables by finding each table one at a time. I die of old age before I ever make any money. Option 2 is I go to the manufacturer of tables and say, look, Steve, my buddy in Houston, solved the problem by having you install these on new tables every time you ship one. You got to pay me a royalty. Because I have a patent, right?
I have a utility patent, a very strong utility patent.
Is it better for you to put all of your time going to the manufacturers of the table?
No, because if there's 9,000 restaurants, however the number is, right, and they all have a table, they're not going to immediately replace those tables.
I don't care.
Well, what
You'll
happened
die of
when
old
you
age
went
trying
to
to
the
get sales
trade
from those
show?
restaurants. There's distributors that sell
Answer y'all's questions real easy right now.
Well, we're fighting amongst ourselves. Please stay out of it. Please stay out of it. Like, the whole point is that there's kind of a binary decision, because trying to get to every table that's already in a restaurant is a huge hassle.
I'm already doing it. I just now I got Phoenix, Miami, Las Vegas, LA. For the past 2 days, I've been selling out here in LA. I had Rodeo Boulevard yesterday. I sold at Venice Beach. I sold restaurants.
Wait, you went door to door? I love it.
I've got a guy in Texas that is putting 100 to 300 of these a week on right now.
There's a very, very famous piece of literature. I want you to hear me on this, Steve. It's a story that I think will define your business. It's going to help you.
What's it called?
Dante. And he wrote the versions of hell.
Inferno.
There's 7 different levels of hell. The 7th level is you in a restaurant changing out the bottom of a table. I don't need to hear any more. I'm out.
Okay.
What do they cost? Nobody's even asked
what
you
does it
what
cost?
a package costs.
Yeah, that's right. So it's $15.
This kit
What does
is
it cost you to make
$15.
it?
$3.65.
Steve, I worked in a lot of bars, and we use sugar packets.
Them sugar packs cost me money.
That's why it's a great product, but I'm listening to you, and I'm not clear. How do you make it bigger?
You took a dog off a meat wagon, I'm telling you. Can it work on a 4-legged table or only with this kind of a base?
Well, it's a
No, I'm
4-legged
talking
table.
about 4 separate legs. It doesn't work. It has to have this configuration of
Well,
legs.
a 4-legged table is going to be different. That
So
is
no.
that is symbolic for it. Right now, we're only on the cabinet.
Yeah, got it. No.
Was that a no?
That was a no, I think.
Well, I mean, I could design it to fit to this.
Okay, here's what I'm thinking, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I was working as a waitress when I got my $1,000 loan to start my business. And that was a constant problem.
Mm-hmm.
But let me tell you what was key to making the tips. I would pretend the table was a problem and bend on them.
Oh, you would hit
Well,
on
let
the
me tell
customers?
you, my tips were through the roof.
Now, do you really think that was because of the table, or is it
No,
because
I
you
had a
bending
nice
over?
butt.
Yeah, exactly.
But if not for that little gimmick, I could have never gotten the $1,000. I could have never built my $1 billion business. None of that would have happened. In principle, I can't go in. I'm out.
It's really clever, it really works, but just on one type of table. You've gone knocking on doors, but in all these years, you don't have that big of sales.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it might be because you created something very clever for a problem that not enough people have, where they want to pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see a big market for it. I'm out.
Great invention. It obviously certainly works. It's going to be a long, long journey to get it into a lot of restaurants where you can make money, and then I, as an investor, can make money. I don't want to be there. I worked in a restaurant. I said I would never go back there in any way. I'm out.
Okay.
So, Mark, you're the last shark that has
I'm
an
the last
opportunity.
shark? Oh,
and you're
man.
from Texas. Throw this guy a bone. Give him $100,000, please. I beg you.
I'm so close to getting over the hill on this, because once we've gotten some of the big people, I need to get past that gatekeeper and where they can see them, because them people sitting up in that office, they don't know that they have wobbly tables in the restaurants. They're so busy doing other things. To get this thing to going, it's not going to take that much.
Steve, look, I love you, right? Anybody who goes door to door is just close to my heart, because I grew up selling magazines door to door. And if you're willing to go door to door, you can sell anything.
Anything.
But the problem is, I'm not ready to invest $100,000 to be a partner. I'm not ready to make the commitment or the investments. And for that reason, I'm out.
Thank you, Steve.
All right,
Thanks,
thank you.
Steve.
Thank you,
A lot of
Steve.
fun.
I loved him. I loved him.
I hope that when the Sharks go to dinner tonight, I hope that their table does wobble, or any other time they go, because they will be thanking Table Jacks for the rest of their life.
Next into the tank is a unique way to smell fresh.
Hi Sharks, my name is Ben Cusin, and I'm his brother, Eric Cusin. Our company's name's Reviver, and we're asking for $150,000 for a 5% stake in our company. The sniff test. You know what I mean, this thing. We've all been there. Smoke, sweat, food odors can leave your clothes smelling, well, not so fresh. And what happens when you fail the sniff test? You're left with no other option other than to run home and change clothes or just live with your stinky self. Until now. Introducing Reviver Clothing Swipes. The groundbreaking invention for instant and on-the-go clothing freshness. Our revolutionary technology allows you to swipe a dry layer of odor-fighting formulation onto your outfit to keep you fresh between washes. Think of Reviver as breath mints, but for your clothes. Now we're ready to bring Reviver to the world. Which one of you wants to join us in the freshness revolution?
So we're really excited to show you how Reviver works. Lori, if you don't mind coming up for a quick demonstration. A lot of us are eating on the run nowadays, leaving our clothes smelling a lot like what we just ate. To imitate that, we've been letting the shirt marinate in some burgers and fries and some other fried food. You can guarantee it doesn't pass the sniff test.
Oh, whoa.
Instead of having to run home and frankly just burn that shirt, Ben's going to show you how easy it is to revive your shirt with Revive.
Yeah, so I just right here, slide it onto my fingers, swipe gently, the white layer against my clothes and even my hair. It actually helps freshen your hair. So if you notice, the most important thing is the clear layer of odor-fighting formulation stuff. You just want to smell, just like that, and it's reusable.
Lori, did it work? Is it better?
It is better.
So now, Sharks, we'd like you to see for yourselves what this revolutionary technology is all about. So Eric, if you could hand out some swipes.
Example of some of our products here. If you just want to grab one of those. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate your help, Lori.
Thank you.
Sorry to put you through that.
No,
Mr.
it's
Wonderful.
good. I liked it.
How did you come up with the idea?
It actually was one of those products that was genuinely born out of need. I had had a cigarette and I was going back into work for a really important meeting and I realized that my clothes smell. So I went to a convenience store and I noticed there was a lot of options for my mouth. There was breath mints, breath strips, breath spray, there was gum, but there was absolutely nothing for my clothes. And it hit me at that moment. I was like, wow, there's something here. So that's when I started.
Is it something like Febreze, though? I'm just curious. Like, is it that type of technology?
It's
or
actually
is it
not.
different?
I have 3 co-inventors on this that are scientists that have helped with this product.
Do you have a patent?
We're patent pending. We feel really strong about it.
And how much have you spent so far?
On which aspect?
All of it.
All of it.
Yeah, we've invested a lot of money into the
How much?
company.
What's a lot of money?
Right, so we have a family investor who spent $2 million in the company so far.
$2 million?
$2 million?
Whoa, this is
Eric,
earnest capital.
hang on.
Yeah, Robert.
Hang on.
Totally understand.
You've already got $2 million.
Yeah, we have $2 million. We
From
actually
a family
have
friend.
from family members.
family
Our father,
member, yeah.
who's the equity partner of the business.
What are your sales? What are your sales now?
In under 10 months, we've done $510,000 in sales.
Where are you selling it now?
First person to see it, oddly enough, happened to be a buyer at Petco.
Am I just masking the odor, or I'm actually reducing whatever that's creating the odor? In other words, if there's a bacteria that's rotting on your dog, is this killing the bacteria, or am I just masking it?
It's masking the odor.
For how long will it mask the odor?
It really sustains. They tested the clothes an hour later, no problem.
So the $500,000, is it all Petco?
No. So Petco's almost half of our business so far.
How many locations?
1,200 across the country.
And what's the average cost of a unit?
It's 55 cents in each one. Retails for
Cost you
$2.99.
55 cents.
Yeah.
Each pet wipe is $2.99.
So yeah,
What are you projecting for sales for the next year?
We for the next 12 months, we have $4 million in projected sales.
Why do you have
Projected on
to-
what?
And
Based
I
on what?
understand it's a leap.
Okay.
I understand it's a leap. And I'm happy
500,000 to $1.5 million is a leap. 500,000 to $4
I
million.
really got to focus on a couple of things here that nobody's touched on, but thank goodness I'm here. You're offering me 5% for $150,000. That imputes a value of $3 million. And you have taken $2 million from your dad, right? What does your dad do that he can afford to give you $2 million?
Okay, so we're very lucky to come from a successful entrepreneurial family. My dad's a self-made entrepreneur. He started a company which is now called GameStop, the most successful retail.
So he's GameStop founder?
Wow.
You've used the $2 million. The $2 million's gone. Why do you need the $150,000?
we need you guys. We have a big meeting with the world's largest retailer in August. It's a very different conversation when we're
You can
sitting there.
mention the name. Is it Walmart?
It is Walmart.
Are you going to do a test? You're going to roll all the stores in?
We have.
I think if
it would change if you were there.
if you're there, hopefully we get into all stores. I mean, this is something
Your dad is in your corner.
When you're in a meeting with Walmart, they don't care.
I think you've got a good product. But first, you're not a technology. You're not a technology any more than talcum powder. You're calling this a technology because that's how you placate dad. It's a formulation. It's a formulation that works.
In machinery, we actually spent $150,000 in custom
That doesn't
machinery.
make it a technology. And you only call it a technology because that allows you to go to dad and say, "Dear Dad, we have a technology. It's not a technology."
All sharks are still in, but Eric and Ben have turned Mark off with their spin on the company.
I think you've got a good product. But first, you're not a technology.
I understand. I guess I understand where you're coming from. But what I would say in regards to the technology aspect is we just started thinking of ourselves as technology because the manufacturers are telling us what this can do. It can be a mosquito repellent. It can do variety.
So talcum powder can do a lot of things, right?
You know what is fantastic, though? I'm sorry, Mark. I apologize.
I'm out.
Sorry to hear that, Mark. Robert?
Does it bother you? And tell me if my math is wrong, because I'm still struggling with something. Your number one test was Petco. You've done $250,000 there in 1,200 stores. You've sold in 10 months $208 per store. That's like $20. Do you agree that $20 a month is like rat poop to a buyer? He wouldn't care about that.
Not at scale. That's not at all. So it's
You're on your way to getting delisted there. You need much more in sales to justify a $3 million valuation. That is the reason I'm out. I don't care about the rest of it.
Wow.
I feel very badly saying this to you, but I, as a matter of principle, don't invest in rich kids' businesses. Now, this is sad because it's a prejudiced view. Coming from my background, the best privilege I had was I had $1,000 to try to make a run with that I borrowed, begged, and stealed for. You got to do everything in your power because that clock is ticking, tick, 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 and you're running out of gas. You want to know something? The biggest liability you have is you've got a rich dad, and that's not even your fault as an entrepreneur, because I have watched all of my great entrepreneurs that I've invested in have been dirt poor, and I love them poor, hungry, and desperate. So I'm out.
You know what? That's a bunch of crap. Because what she basically said is, my kids will never be successful because I'm well off. That's a bunch of crap. Success doesn't give a damn who your dad is. You did something, regardless of where you came from. You got $500,000 in sales.
Absolutely.
I don't care if your dad was rich or poor or any of that. When you walked in here, I thought to myself, cha-ching, a-ling-a-ding-dong. Because this is a really good product. And so, I'm going to make you an offer. I'm going to give you $150,000, but I want 15%.
Thank you very much for the offer. We really appreciate it.
But they don't need it.
Nope.
Well,
We'd actually like to just,
you said you wanted a strategic partner. And to me, I think that's what you need. You know, you can have all the money in the world, but if you don't have the right connections and you don't have the right strategic partner, you could get in a few stores and then fizzle.
Robert, I just want to make sure I know where you stand.
Look, you can't argue with sales. $500,000 in sales in 10 months, I have a lot of respect for.
Thank you.
Robert, what do you want to do? Do you want to invest in this or not?
I'll give you $150,000 for 10%.
He just cut your valuation in half.
What's better than Lori's?
I personally think that you need TV, you need QVC. I think we can take this to the top.
QVC, with all due respect,
I'm in Walmart, I'm in Home Depot, I'm in Walgreens, I'm in everywhere. Every major.
She's giving you an under $1 million valuation.
You have two offers. What are you going to do?
Lori, we would love to have you join our Freshness family.
Cha-ching!
Congratulations.
Yay!
Really appreciate it.
I like it. I think this is going to blow up.
Thank you very much, Lori.
I really do. Yeah.
I really appreciate your offer.
Thank you guys for your time.
Good luck.
To be rich kids, you have